The group started to meet at the beginning of the pandemic. Um, at first, working on a different show that investigated the idea of magic. After that, I think we just collectively decided to continue the weekly meetings as a sort of antidote to the lockdowns. We were all craving being part of a community or a group, and it became our connection, our way back into the art scene or the art world. And I sort of stumbled upon this way of exhibition making, wherein I spent time with the artist in a sort of class or seminar setting, wherein we talk about, usually we start with a particular topic. Like I said, the last time was about magic. We did a show about food, and these things are just like starting points or entry points into learning from other fields, into learning from other people who are also creators, who also think about what they're doing and investigate material and practice. And for me, it's a way of learning from them, learning from other experts, and maybe bringing back some of those, some things that we learn from them into our own practice. I think what's different from this particular show is that we were already meeting regularly before entry point or new topic was introduced or was decided upon. I think everyone was sort of working on their own projects and just exploring things that they're interested in. And then I just encourage them to think about research methods or how to apply ideas about research, into what they're doing. Maybe 2 months, before the opening, in one of our meetings, I think Lesley was talking about this particular idea, wherein she wanted to photograph a rock and then maybe print that photograph on some kind of material like a fabric or paper, and then wrap original stone with the photograph of the stone. And then I think that's the moment where it clicked, and it reminded me of this story that I read before about this kingdom, wherein the cartographers were really obsessed, in creating maps that were so detailed, that they were making like everything in like one to one scale, and then that led me to reading more about that story, and then learning about other versions of that story, wherein that the map is the size of the kingdom itself. In other similar stories, you will hear about how, that a similar map has never been unfolded because they were afraid that it will cover the entire city and it will block out the sun and the crops will die. What's interesting for me is that is this compulsion to capture all the details or creating exact copies of existing things, of this. And I found a lot of parallels, and it reminded me of, for example, John Balquin's paintings that employ certain trompe-l'oeil techniques, and in what ended up to be Lesley's work, wherein she recreated a video originally shot 2 years before, before pre-pandemic, finding a way to recreate that, going back to the particular place and replacing the earrings in the original video, and then just trying to find out or trying to somehow capture the essence maybe of that particular video. Maybe not frame by frame, but perhaps alluding to the elapsed time between the two moments. I think certain elements of maybe related to cartography or map making are also present in Gel Suarez's work, mapping the forest. I think for this particular work, in the beginning she wanted to learn how to paint or create a painting, maybe, and then to do that, she used a program wherein a photograph will be processed into like a paint by numbers system. But instead of attempting to recreate the original photograph, Gel used the process to create a new work wherein some parts of the image are left blank, and you can see the outlines and the empty spaces, sort of like creating a new map of this unknown terrain. I'm really happy with how the exhibition turned out. Although I had an idea of what the artists were doing, I only got to see the actual pieces, on the day of the installation, and I was really surprised with, with all the like incidental or accidental intersections